Welcome back, organisers, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian urges caution, Rhal pushes a plan to help the Dragonborn kids, Squash offers a choice, and Zaltanna drinks away recent images. Rhal meets with the Dragonborn to help their efforts and delivers a message from Rose to Caden. Shortly after, Hope, the timekeeper, visits Rhal to gift him vials that will help him hold off the effects of his sickness. And Squash comes clean to Demi about what he has been holding back. How cool is the Igloo House? How is Kythea's quest in Kino going? And what could be possible with the stolen Dragonleaf sap? I guess you're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
Three of you are currently in the temple, and you've just spoken to Hope, who has just basically dissolved from view. Squash, at this time, you had your conversation with Demi closer to midnight-ish.
Okay.
The others are somewhere nearer to dawn-ish. She's gone to sleep. What are you doing?
Why would you drop this on me and not, mention this up front before we start recording?
Because I love the look of panic on your face. You guys have the game I provide, this is mine. I get my enjoyment for watching the panic on your face specifically.
Because then it wouldn't be improv.
It's so mean. It's so mean that you wouldn't prep me for this.
Actually, I honestly didn't like talking as Demi. I don't know until I open my mouth what's going to come out, so we'll figure it out together.
I think I already had my long rest, so I think Squash just has to sit around. He has to wait until the anti-scrying person comes back. So I imagine he's practicing something. What would Squash be practicing?
Is Go Fish cheating?
No, he's already mastered that.
No, he didn't. All three of you found each other out, so I don't know.
Squash is playing around with leatherworking. So he's trying to multitask on that front. He's trying to use a mage hand to hold and stretch against him, so he doesn't need a working table for it. And he's just kind of practicing, just keeping finesse of his fingers going while trying to concentrate on both magic and very fine details.
Okay, I will accept that. That's a good use of trying to figure out your new upgrades and stuff. That's good. I love it.
Is he doing that thing that the kids do in school where they're flipping a pen around their fingers and everything like that?
Meanwhile, a magic hand is slowly dragging something. It's just doing a lot of things. No, the magic hand's doing the pen thing. I get you. Sorry.
The worst. Okay, no, that's great. Okay. So about dawn-ish, what do the three of you want to do? Because you're the one that has the person who can move around and be the anti-scrying tank or a buffer person. What do the three of you want to do? You're currently in the temple. The Dragonborn kids have kind of sorted themselves out with the extreme heat. And I'm going to say that all four of you, no matter where you are noticing that the heat is getting far, far more intense now that the sun is kind of beginning to peak up over the horizon. What do the three of you want to do?
Okay. I think I'm ready. I think I did everything I need to do. They seem like they're going to... They've already been looking out for each other, so I think they'll be fine.
I'm going to go and talk to Trempel. He knows how to get to the island, and here. Perhaps I can actually get them to come help.
You can update them on our progress and show that we're actually accomplishing things. Maybe that'll give them that little bit of a oomph to actually do something.
Are you actually going
I'm hoping
to
so.
Demarius?
I think that is probably the best idea. The Trempel took us all there last time. He knows the room. But he is quite busy now. He took over the Witches' Society.
Huh.
Better than the last one.
He is much better he is absolutely in charge. I think he separated it out from the rest of the Witches' Society here in Discora. I think he's made it his own thing now.
Well, if I know anything about him, he's probably really busy, which means he probably wants to get away from that. So he should probably be fine with going in that way.
That's Laffian. Laffian is losing that.
I mean, that is a pretty good point. Okay.
He's going through like a whole pack of bubblegum in a single day now.
Like 1 per hour. Or whatever the chewing gum equivalent is in this world.
In a pack a day.
I dropped the habit for like a month, but oh god, I just had to bring it back out, man.
I'm on 20 a day of chewing gum.
This is nicotine gum. Oh my god.
Oh, I have the thing that you needed to get you to the place much closer in Bellum. And she pulls out this small bracelet. And it's a small chained bracelet of gold. And you can see that hanging from many of the links are very small stars and suns and moons. And she passes it over to Rhal. It was hers, and she was very attached to it, from what I gathered. This should get you much closer to her.
Okay. I don't exactly know what I need to be doing, but it will, we'll figure it out.
Whatever it is, you're going to be fine. Okay?
I also need a lot of bones for something. I don't exactly know what kind of bones.
Okay. We can look into bones. Do you want what kind of bones? Can they be any bones? Can they be chicken bones? Like from dinner?
I don't know.
Or rat bones? There are lots of rat bones. I can get a lot of rats.
I don't know.
They were definitely not rat bones. They were definitely not chicken bones. They were sentient people bones.
Well, we'll have to figure out who to ask about all that later.
Just ask Emil. I'm sure he's got a bunch lying around.
That is true. You could ask Emil.
Well, they might not be lying around. They might be.
That's how magic works. It's just any bones. It doesn't have to be anything.
No significant bones.
I don't know.
Or maybe significant.
I don't know how the magic works.
Perhaps you should ask someone with a lot more magic than us.
Yeah,
like the two people we left behind?
I would assume the bones would be special somehow because, And also, like, how do you make it not consume your bones as well? If the spell needs bones, What if you, like, lose an arm and a leg or something? Magic is scary.
It is a little strange. The rules don't seem to make sense. Like for one spell you can use this twig, but for another spell you have to use blood, and another spell you don't need anything at all, and it's very confusing. And she points at Laffian, you can cast spells without doing anything at all, and I do not understand that. What the fuck?
They're not spells. That's why. It's not spells.
It's magic.
No.
But
it's brain power.
She leans over to Rhal, and in Draconic she's like, is that his fancy way of saying it is actually magic?
It's scary like magic. I don't know. It's all the kind of the same to me.
Okay.
They say it's different,
cool. Okay.
so
Well, okay.
It's still scary though.
And with you, it is all really bizarre. I was much happier
it's
before.
scary.
We had lots of magic in our life. That's very uncomfortable. Okay, well, I'm going to go speak to Trampel. You get that to whoever you need to get that to, and I will try and rally the people of Demarius to fight the blissful eclipse in the form of Dachin.
Yeah,
No.
just, you know,
No pressure. I got this.
at least a couple people to keep him busy, you know.
If you're going to
Anything
be
would
doing
help.
that, sorry, I need the world map. Where is the world map?
It is on my desktop.
It's on my desktop too. I forgot about that.
You don't have a desk, Lafayette.
Was it?
Yes, he does. He has one in his bedroom. Back at
V.
home in the tree in bed. I mean, yeah.
Remind me. The guy that we interrogated, he said that there was another site that Dachin was using. Was it Saluville Bay
Yeah.
or was it? It was Saluville Bay?
No, it's one just slightly north of that.
Alpha Nazir. Alpha Nazir.
yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, Affinizia.
Okay. That might be important then. Okay. Gotcha. Neil, cut that part out.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, actually, if
And
you're
he
going
never
to be recruiting, hopefully recruiting the other Dragonborn and whatnot, and with any luck, Rawinwa and all of that mix, Afanizir, I'm pretty sure when we interrogated one of Dachin's men that location is one of his nests of fuckery. It's in, like, Laffy pulls out a map out of his bag. It's like, it's right here, and points to it, and it's like, it's up towards the north end, so your people could probably get to it feasibly.
Oh, look, there is a bay here. Which is really close. We could probably get to that.
Just a thought. If your people wanted to, be proactive in foiling Dachin instead of waiting for him to pop up. Although he does do that very well.
The Dragonborn boats might be still close.
That is true.
They might
As far as
have a
I understand, the Dragonborn boat, the one that brought your two friends and the elephant lady and her orc daughter,
Mm-hmm.
they were just heading up back home.
Oh,
And
okay.
also there are two, I'm sorry, I've lost words. And also that came with them, there were two kobolds. They seemed very well built. They came with them too.
I'm sure they can have some fun if they get the message to maybe go mess around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They are currently with the elephant lady and her daughter. They are looking after her. Okay. Good luck in Bellum. Please be very, very careful.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's probably plenty of people I put there.
There's plenty of people that a lot of us put there.
And if you could find me, then, maybe they could too. Anyways,
Just
I'll be careful. I beat them once in
please.
a fight, right? Ha.
the thing is, Rhal, when they die in Bellum, they become more like the demons. It is not a fun experience to go through. You lose a lot when that happens. And if you kill them and they die again, they could pop up anywhere. They could pop up back at the vortex. They could pop up really close to where you are, on the other side of the plane. But they will be different and perhaps also stronger. So please, please be careful.
Oh. Okay. So try not to do that. Got it.
I grew wings. It was cool.
Wow.
Sorry, what?
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 Nothing?
Here.
How many times
take
did you die?
Take this to Uranwa, and he gives Emma the egg.
Egg?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd say
yeah.
he's about finished
Yeah.
with it. There's nothing else he's doing with it. He's been doing final touches for so long now, just adding things like
Just
as
super
opportunities
shiny and
have arrived.
smooth.
Yeah.
She takes the egg and she looks it over and she says, Is there anything you want me to tell him? Are you sure you should not be giving this to him?
I don't exactly know how he would carry it back to the Marius. He doesn't exactly like wear a backpack around, so I just thought it might be easier to give it to him while he's, at his place. But
okay, I will take it to him. And I will tell them about that place on the map, Afanazir. I will see if we can cause some damage there. Okay. Wish me luck. And
good luck.
Stay safe, okay?
I'll try.
She reaches over and she gives you a big kiss and nuzzles the end of your nose.
Hugs.
And none of you die either, and don't let Squash die either. I don't know how that would affect you over there.
Don't plan on any of us dying.
I would not appreciate that. Okay. I'll see you when you get back. And with that, she kind of tucks the egg under her her cloak, and then she just kind of scurries off fairly quickly.
There's a euphemism in there somewhere about Rhal giving Emma his egg.
Yeah.
Step 1, make egg.
I did that.
You did that.
Took a while.
You gave it to her.
Step 2, Amos takes egg. Step 3, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
What do you mean you never got this egg, Ruwamwa? Where is it? Ema looks sneakily off to one side. I don't know what happened to the egg. It disappeared before I got there.
Rhal, what kind of egg was that? It hatched. What do you mean it hatched?
What?
I'm just imagining Ava receiving the egg and going wait, this is nothing like I learned in sex ed. Where did you get it?
Emma is a wood.
I'm going to stop all the potential jokes for this now.
What tree is that? What wood is that? Is it special? I don't know.
I believe this wood was the one that you got from the carpenter on board the boat on the way to
You're
Gieta.
right. Okay. Yeah.
Because the special wood you turned into a wand for Talis.
to put their hands on the project as he could. Yeah.
Okay.
Should probably go get the others.
Right.
Take a break, relax back at the basement till they're all recouped.
Yeah, we don't want to be spied on or whatever, so we should get back.
Right, and not Gerald is looking kind of knackered.
Excuse me, I look fabulous.
You're sweating bullets, sir. I don't know what a bullet is, but you're sweating them.
Well, pellets, I think, would be the closest example. Yes, it is rather tiresome having to extend my aura to cover the three of you. But it is something I must do. And just as he kind of stands up and is beginning to walk off, you suddenly hear or you feel in the ground more very heavy vibrations as come careening out of the passageway that leads into the temple, the one that you first came through when you went to this area. You hear these two very heavy footfalls, and you can kind of feel it in this atrium area. And as you turn to look and see who's come through, the two very stacked, well-built kobolds from your adventures on the high sea just come careening straight into this area and kind of just make a beeline and jump right on top of Zaltanna.
What?
Oh my god!
Did you say kobolds jumped on top of me?
It's the Swobolds,
Yeah.
the two
My best
kobolds.
friends.
Yeah.
I love those guys. I'm gonna wrestle in time. I'm gonna put one of them. I'm gonna put them in a head. I'm gonna put one of them in a headlock and try have my foot on the other one. It's gonna be some wrestles.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of give you this really big bear hug, and then immediately, it just breaks into full on brawling. But yeah, they seem very stoked and very excited to see and to realize that you're here. And they both begin to talk very quickly in Draconic, and then they just kind of switch to this kind of much more improved common. So it's much better than it was when you first met them. They're actually able to hold a few words, and they just turn to you and say, "We are so luck you're here. We wanted to meet up before what is that? We know you aren't here long. We just wanted to say hi.
Well, I'm so glad you came by. It's so good to see you guys.
Yeah. You are doing good. And they kind of like do that thing where they flex their muscles and just like look at yours as if they're appreciating that something is like swollen massively.
I flex mine too, and I'm like, yeah, I get some gains going on.
You are God now?
Yeah, basically.
They kind of like stand back, and between them they begin to do like the little golf claps, and then they just again like rugby tackle you down to the ground.
Oh yeah.
They seem very excited for you, and you know a little bit of their language and the communication that the three of you had, and you could just tell they're congratulating you and ribbing you that they still managed to take a god down. They're very proud of themselves for doing this.
Oh, I'm gonna do my best to pin those guys. So like
Choke slam.
Hook.
Friendly choke slam between friends.
You slam him into the fountain, it cracks.
Eventually, this wrestling finishes, and for those of you who aren't involved in this brawl, you're noticing that Jandariel is watching this just wide-eyed. You see the smile begin to creep across his face, and you can see him, like, his fingers, like, trailing over his lute, but he's not playing any notes. You can tell that somewhere in his brain, he is writing something about this. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. After a few moments, they eventually get off of you, or you get off of them, whatever this works. And they say, you, and they indicate the three of you, and also just use a hand motion to, gesture somewhere of a similar height. You stay here, or you go.
That at us? Or case, like Zaltanna in particular? Or?
Oh, just the three of you. Just they're trying to talk to all of you.
Oh. We're going to be departing very soon. Like, actually, we were probably about to head out.
They look a little bit disappointed, but they nod. They say, we're here short time until Alizar goes. Then we go back. Unless you need our help.
We were just actually discussing about getting all Demarius involved, but there's a camp far up to the north that needs some proper muscle delivered there to aid in our cause.
We muscle. So, big camp, small camp, us big muscles. We can...
Camp of magic people and bad people.
They look at each other a little bit like, we can... We heard Lodge. Lodge would be good for us to help. Take camp with Lodge.
Could try. That would certainly be... Yeah, the Lodge would like you. I think you would do well there.
Okay.
The camp is in Affinisia, for the record. Laffian pulls out the map again. You can
tell 100%. That just completely like eyes glazed over, and they're just nodding as if like, I totally understood what you just said.
He holds up map and points to location.
They're just
right here,
nodding and smiling, like
bad people, right there.
And there's it, yeah, They look at each other. Okay,
Rhal translate.
We go Lodge and we'll destroy.
Yes,
because we're strong.
Right.
They probably have no idea where they are.
No, I'm showing them on the map, but they're not. I don't.
No idea.
The world is very big right now for them. Much bigger than they thought.
I'm still trying to grasp the idea of teaching, but it...
We'll go after Elazar goes. But good to see you, and we see you soon. And good luck. Stay stronger. And they kind of do like thumbs up. They give each of you a hearty thump on like either the arm or, because of your much, much taller, roughly waist height. Jandara looks utterly bewildered when they do this to him. But they, again, just thunder off, and you can see people kind of making a path around them as they just go off at a heavy, heavy pace. All right. They are here.
They have a good heart in them. Probably because of all the protein that they consume.
Protein. All right.
Some protein shakes.
You're actually kind of following them out as Jandariel kind of begins to lead you back to where you came from, back to a safer place. As you find yourselves out on the street, as soon as you step into the streets of Falsum properly, the sun is overwhelmingly hot. It is that, oh crap, I need to start peeling layers off because I am so hot. And you can see a lot of people around are kind of like pulling out ways of shading themselves. People with magic are like creating like barriers above them to block out the sun. And you can see anybody who is out there is very rapidly getting sunburnt. And as soon as you step out, you know yourself that if you are out here for much, much long, you are also going to burn.
What, did the gods dying destroy the fucking ozone layer?
Well, maybe the god of ozone died.
What's their name? Do you have like an encyclopedia of deities?
Yeah,
Zaltanna?
No, it's Fire Lord Ozai.
What? Wait. How?
You're the worst.
I have many concerns.
Jandariel says, no, the weather is shifting between extreme heats and colds and winds. This is obviously just a hot day. As you are kind of like beginning to make your way back, I'm going to leave you guys there because Squash and Demi may do something else and may interact with you. So we'll figure out where you interact with them. Squash and Demi might turn up. Nailed it.
Don't leave
right,
me out here too long.
Squash.
Yes.
My skills are molting.
No, you can't.
We need aloe, quick.
Rhal, no. No.
Get the aloe vera.
Okay. As is Demi's wont, and as you have experienced, Demi just kind of wakes straight up. Like she kind of sits bolt up and she's just awake. That's just how she do. She's not like me, it takes an hour to get up in the morning. Nope, she's just fucking up and ready to go. She kind of like bolts straight up. And it is unbearably hot in here as well. It is the point where like it's just like streaming with sweat. She looks pretty cool, like as if she's comfortable with this temperature. It is definitely not comfortable for anyone else. And she wakes up and she kind of like lifts her hands, looks around, she looks at you and she says, "Where is everyone? I kind of would have thought they'd be back by now."
I would have thought the same thing, but I guess they're up to shenanigans. I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Let me. First, I'm going to eat something, and then we're going to find out when Jandariel and the others are. I have ideas, and she kind of, as she's saying this, she's kind of like sitting down at the table and she's bringing stuff out of her bag, and she's kind of chewing away. And she says, "I might need to know where the library is."
Do I know where the library is?
Yeah.
Oh, do you mean
know where like the Library of Ogma is?
The Library of Ogma. Sorry, I thought you meant a library in this town.
No, that got crushed too.
Oh. Yeah, I know where the library is, Squash says as he's trying to like put on a little bit, I imagine like as it got hotter and hotter, Squash like took off more and more layers, and now that Demi's awake, he's gotten self-conscious and he like puts on a new extra layer and he's just gonna shyly putting on. Yeah.
She's not gonna notice that at all. She's oblivious.
Hey, V?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the Temple of Ogma get fucking annihilated?
The library got massively destroyed, yes.
Okay. Did we not tell her about that?
You may have, but she still wants to know where it is.
Okay, I'm not going crazy. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not going crazy.
Just because I distinctly remember Marnak being like, "Yeah, the librarians, all the orc librarian guys."
Yeah, they were like super dead. Library super fucked up. Good job, Common.
Oops.
Oops. Wapsie doodle.
The library. This is a general idea of where it is, but the last Witch's Moot, which may actually be the last Witch's Moot ever.
Lynn's Lament, yeah.
Yes.
No, probably not. I think they're probably going to do a bunch more when they get back together and when they figure out the whole thing. I mean, I know that Trimpel is doing a thing here, and I'm super proud of him, but I don't know how well that will go down. I'm hoping it goes really well for him, but there'll probably be other Witches' Moots, just probably not before, like, you know, the whole end of the world thing, so, whatever.
Sorry,
Lynn's Lament, yes.
Yeah, if you had... I'm going to just say west from the Witch's Moot.
West.
Yeah. You come across the beach, and there, if you walk up it, you should be able to see a pillar if you're just keeping an eye out. Now you're probably going to find a crater after whatever happened.
Yes, I am fully prepared for that, but I need to know the extent of the damage. I've never actually been there. I know I've written stuff that's gone into there, but I haven't actually been there myself, and there may be something there that I could probably use to, like, fix some of the stuff that I'm doing. I just need a little bit more information about how to do things, so... Yeah, I would just want to go check to see what's left. They can't have burned everything. And if they have burned everything, well, you know, shot in the dark, I'll give it a go. But
they did burn everything.
I need a little bit more information to carry on.
I have this book, and Squash is going to take the book on avatars, if I remember correctly, is the one that I had.
The book on shielding?
Shielding, was it? Mm-hmm. Was that the book?
The one that Demi helped to write?
Yeah. I'm trying to cheer up the idea that not everything was destroyed. I'm not flexing that I stole a book that you wrote. I am trying to bring a spark of hope of, like, look, not everything got destroyed. Yeah.
Oh. Huh. She'll take the book from you. And she'll, like, flick through the beginning and she'll flick through the end where you've clearly noticed, like, Emil's writing, I guess. Can I borrow this? I know technically that you probably took it from the library, but this has some basics in here that I've never read the beginning of this book because I kind of flipped past it because it's all like, oh, intro this, intro that, but there may be something else in here that I could use. Could I borrow this?
If I understood the librarian correctly, this is the right way to do it. It will eventually return to the library. I don't know what that means anymore, but that's what they said. So, yeah, of course.
Thanks.
Now, you wouldn't happen to have written Magic for Dummies Volume 2 while you've been away?
She looks up at you and smiles. She says, I don't know, have you read the last, 3 chapters?
Well, the, third to last chapter is just blank. And the last 2 chapters, they're a little bit...
Sure.
I've... Maybe I need to skim it.
It's not blank.
Maybe
there's things in there.
Maybe I need to skim it again.
Maybe, yeah. There's other things in there too. They're just hidden from people who aren't ready to see them yet. And once you figure out how to see it, then I guess that you're probably ready to read them.
All right. Yeah, you go ahead and keep the book and shielding. Hopefully it will be useful to you.
Yeah.
As Aethor goes and deletes it from his inventory. His inventory is getting smaller and smaller.
My plan. I took all your money, now I'm taking all your things.
Give me your lunch money, nerd.
Yeah, nerd.
A book of avatars. Oh, Great Experiment in Magic. What book is that? Sorry.
Yeah, that's the 101 for magic.
Okay, yeah, that's the one Demi wrote.
Yep, that's the 101 for magic. Yeah, that's the one that she and Dana wrote.
Yep. All right, just wanted to make sure.
Okay. At this point, you hear the others kind of making their way through the bushes that are kind of surrounding the entrance to this place. And Jandario looks at the 3 of you and he says, well, good luck on your travels and be safe. I'm going to go have some fun with a certain Daichin and Common, whatever may that may be. Good luck. And if you need anything, just holler and we'll see what we can do.
Please don't die. And also give them hell. Bellum. Hellum.
Yes. We'll give them Bellum. No problem. We just got to keep him harassed on the ropes. Make him slip up. He already has, thankfully. I should exploit some of that. No. Anyway, good luck. And with that, you see him kind of teleport himself away. Everything disappears into his navel. And you find yourself back in the basement. It is possibly warmer here than it was outside.
Hey, Demi, we need to
Hi.
we need to turn off the sun. So if we can go,
I don't really want to turn off the sun, Rhal. That seems like really bad idea.
We can like turn it down some. We go to a mountain.
Squash is flipping through his magic book like.
Put like an avalanche in a bag of holding, and then teleport to the sun. We can turn this thing down. This is too much.
Okay, so really the only way to kind of deal with that, and I know it's only like the sun has been up like maybe an hour or so, but the only real way to deal with that is to close the portal that has been made. And Apella's people are on their way. They managed to track where the portals are appearing, and they managed to find this one. They are making their way there. They just need to make sure that they get the right thing to do the thing with. So like they're on it. They just need to be patient and wait for them to do it. Or of course we can go off and do that, but I feel like you probably have a Bellum thing to do, but I don't know. You seem pretty good at closing portals, so that's been kind of good. I mean, that's your options. I mean, we have some time, you know, before my predicted death. And she kind of looks at Rhal.
You said a lot of things.
I want to say something.
No, I'm trying to process the fact that you're telling me that a portal is causing the weather patterns that are occurring right now.
Well, you know how, like, when the gods died, they created portals.
Right.
And then things went slightly weird in the world. And then when we closed the portals, things got slightly less weird in the world. Well, once we close this portal, it should make things a little bit better.
Okay. Okay. Right. We should get going. I mean, yeah, we really don't have time to be taking a rest. I'm a little tired, but it's fine.
I just got beaten up by a shadow.
Yes. My kidney feels much better, but my gosh, ow.
I'm feling great. I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
The only damage Zaltanna suffered was emotional damage.
We're never going to talk about that again.
Oh, I'm going to bring it up all the time.
Talk about what?
I'm at like half
you
health.
Noticed that the... Oh my god, Rhal.
We haven't slept since the shadows fought us. I ran off immediately because it was hot and I got worried.
You could take a rest now. I mean, all you need to do is like curl up, take a rest. We could get you, you know, some tea and biscuits, and we could let you have a nap, and then you can feel better. I think going into literal Bellum without all of your... I don't think you should go there while you're half dead. That makes sense?
Are you talking about the wounds or just the general state of Rhal?
I actually don't know right now.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah, I think you should rest up before you leave.
I shouldn't talk. I'm pretty messed up myself. Actually, I probably took a short rest while I was waiting for it.
I was about to say, you had like hours of sitting here on your own. You didn't rest? What's wrong with you?
I'll roll my hit dice now.
Okay, so we'll rest for like an hour, right?
Okay. Yeah. You should do that. And if you need to meditate to regain back some of your resources, then you should do that too. And if anyone feels like praying to gods, then I'm someone's going to go.
It takes more than an hour for me to recoup, but that's fine. I have reserves if needed.
I have a friend who can make that much quicker. Maybe we should learn how to do that.
Sorry?
Figure out when I get back. There are people who know spells that can make rests quicker than, you know, so that you can heal quicker. Like you not that you really sleep, but like I usually try and sleep for at least 7 hours, but I have a friend of mine who knows a spell that means I don't have to sleep that long, and I still feel like I woke up completely refreshed. But that's a spell I'll have to learn another day.
Yeah, I don't really get much off of resting for such a short period of time.
I always heard that resting was seen as a sign of sloth from the elves. So I've heard this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lafian. I've heard elves can sleep, but they choose to trance rather.
You would know that to be true. You know that Adet sleeps.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's not really something...
Bulgrim could sleep forever.
Bulgrim's a dwarf.
And also,
you meant more he can die. Okay, no.
No. Like many hours.
Oh, I thought you were implying that it'd be fine if he just slept forever. Okay, never mind.
No.
Yes, we can sleep, but generally speaking, it's not going to do much for us.
Yeah, I heard that it was like it was kind of like looked down upon. Is any of that true?
I wouldn't say it's really looked down upon. It's just kind of a waste of time.
Okay, makes sense.
I would like all four of you to roll a perception check, please.
All right. Hold on. One
Good
second.
thing I'm in the fucking thing.
Let's go with the top left of my screen. Laffian, what did you get?
14.
Cool. Rhal, what did you get?
Also a natural 1, huh? A 5.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Squash, what did you get? Natural 1? Double natural 1's great.
No, I accidentally rolled that.
Sorry, natural 2. Shit, I fucked that up.
No. I accidentally rolled with an advantage. I actually rolled the 24.
I blame the sun. It was too bright, and now all I see is those, like, the orbs.
Yeah. And Zaltanna, what did you get?
I got a 1.
Cool. That's really unfortunate. Zaltanna and Rhal, you don't hear anything at all. Laffian, you become aware that kind of this time in the morning, you're aware that people are beginning to stir in the house. The sounds of people getting up, making stuff, the bedroom that is kind of along a little corridor from here, you begin to hear more movement from there. Squash, you are very well aware that up this little corridor that leads from this room that we're in and the room that is next to it, you become very well aware that there are 3 people talking in this room. All of you feel a very heavy wave of magic kind of just beginning to hit you, as if someone with a very big magical presence is walking in your direction. But for now, they seem to have stopped in that room.
Who are we?
Oh, I better roll for Demi too.
Who are we going to meet?
No, you're not meeting anyone. You wait for Rhal to recoup his wounds.
I'm sleeping. That's why I didn't see anything.
Good
Also
answer.
the sun, though.
I'm hearing activity.
Yes, somebody very magical is moving about, or not moving anymore. Do you guys not
Yeah,
feel
that's
that?
even not us. A lot.
Do we need to be worried?
Is there any chance I recognize this magical aura?
Like how Demi has that electrical buzz.
Yeah, like she has an electrical buzz. Because you're around Zaltanna all the time, you don't feel Zaltanna's buzz, really. But she does also have one.
I'd say that you'd realize it's missing when it goes away, Zaltanna's aura.
Yeah, you realize it's gone. Then you also know that it is capable for people with great magics to suppress that aura.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Demi has done that a few times in your presence.
Okay, I guess I'll just ask the question.
Yeah, ask the question behind the motive, yeah.
Yeah. Does it feel like a sentinel aura? Does it feel like when we met Kesa?
Right, okay. No. It does not feel like a sentinel, and it doesn't feel like a god either. I'll just give that to you.
Okay, thank you.
It doesn't feel like a sentinel. It doesn't feel like a god. It doesn't feel like the missingness of when Zaltanna isn't around you. It is similar to Demi's, but in a degree, it's slightly more powerful.
It's Kel's.
It's fucking Coleman is what it is.
Uh-oh.
It's time to duel one tiny person to another.
Just eavesdrop.
Gonna send them to the shadow realm. Her.
Yeah, Squash, maybe do you want to...
Drop the eaves.
Sorry.
I wasn't dropping no eaves, so honest.
I don't know who or what it is, but they're very powerful. They're like powerful magic powerful.
Yeah, like this is...
Is that Coleman?
I am... The thing is, I'm suppressing my aura a little bit in here, which means my magic is a little bit down because I don't want to set you guys on fire right now. Like, this is super comfortable for me, but I know it's not for you, so I'm trying to, like, tamper my magic down, which is probably why they may or may not have noticed me. The only way I'd know is if I got really close, but then at that point, you'd know who they are too.
Yeah,
or I could risk giving us away.
Just give me a second. And Squash is going to go into stealth mode and try to approach whatever aura that is.
Okay. I would like a stealth check. Before you do that, is anyone else trying to help Squash?
I'm asleep.
I know, thankfully, Rhal's asleep and not suffering nosebleeds. But I know other folks here can give him bonuses and boons. He might need them. So that's why I'm asking.
Do I have anything that can help myself?
Demi can set you on fire, but that's probably not what you're looking for.
Demi wouldn't happen to... No, move without trace is a druid spell.
Yep.
Druid
Ranger, I
Ranger.
think, too.
Yeah.
And monks. Shadow monks. She's not a shadow monk.
Boo.
I could turn you invisible for about a minute, if that would help.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless the person has true sight, then it makes it a whole lot easier. I can much more focus on
So there's
my
a door
feet.
at the end of this little corridor with like a tapestry hanging over the front of it. You probably shouldn't be able to be seen if you're sneaking up there.
And then being invisible is not going to do you much good, is it?
I think, Lafayette, if you and I wait at this end, if he gets into trouble, we can make him invisible.
Good plan. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Tag team.
Alright.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't have anything
All
that
right.
can help me.
You have friends willing to turn you invisible. So I would like a stealth check, please.
Yes. I'm going to click the button. That's a 26.
All right, let me see what this mystery person has in the form of listening. As you approach, you sound basically silent, and even though, you know, this corridor isn't particularly well lit, and even though you can see pretty well in the dark, Lafayette, it is still quite difficult to track Squash. It is not the easiest. As you arrive at the end of this short little corridor, Squash, and you listen to the voices on the other side, you quite easily detect three voices. One of them sounds like an elderly male gnome, and I don't know if you heard the debacle earlier with Zaltanna and Aimer and the gnome.
Mm-hmm.
That's entirely up to you. You can probably figure who that is. You hear two other women as well. And I'll deal with that in a minute. You hear the male gnome and one of the women. They seem to be standing their ground. They are telling this person to go to hell. There's no way they were going to give up information about people that they barely even know. You do hear Common's voice on the other side.
I fucking knew it.
You hear her say, Now. Come on. I mean, you barely know them. You must know something about them. I mean, my friend Salt did say you knew Zaltanna somehow. And you hear the other woman say, well, yeah, of course. I mean, she killed my brother. Of course, I know a bit about her. It's not like I'm going to follow her around, though. She was in prison last time I checked, and now she's becoming a goddess. I'm not going to piss her off. And secondarily, I don't even know where she is, mate. And then you hear you hear this kind of metallic sound that goes through the air, and you would know it very well as a spinning blade. You hear a cough and a sputter. And you hear someone fall to the ground. You hear the woman take in a sharp intake of breath. There was something you were going to do. There was something, you began to open your mouth as I was talking. So
No. I was breathing because I assumed there was going to be a death, and I could have prevented it there. It was a sigh of disappointment in myself, really. Because as soon as I knew Coleman was in there, I knew somebody was going to die. I should have knocked open that stupid curtain and just shot at Coleman.
I will allow you to do that. Like, you hear that defiance from the other two, and I'm going to say, yeah, like, you could, if you want to, interrupt that move.
Yeah, I think I should. I absolutely think I should. It was genuinely just I was listening and debating with myself. Like, a thought was like, I need to stop this, but I want to know...
You have the power of time.
I do have power of time.
I'm a time wizard! Real thing, reverse time, that was a bad idea, Rhal.
No regrets. No regrets.
YOLO!
I have no time for regrets. Yeah.
What?
I think as soon as Squash hears the sound of a blade like moving through the air, Squash's more new defiant assuredness, I don't know what to call this emotion.
Ballsiness.
Ballsiness.
Recklessness.
Recklessness is a good one too. Yeah, I think Squash basically just like had the crossbow ready in his hand, of course, like scared for whatever it was, and just in a one swift motion he puts the crossbow like past the curtain, pushing the curtain to the side with his hand and the crossbow, and just shoots at Coben.
Okay, I will say that you have the... Like, I know it doesn't exist. You have the surprise round, clearly. Okay. You can take your shot.
Can I take it at advantage since Coben did not notice me?
Yes, that she has no idea you're there. She didn't roll high enough in her perception. Her passive perception is just under what you rolled.
Alright.
Currently.
That is a sneak attack with the crossbow. 31 to hit.
That definitely hits.
It's 48 magical piercing damage. I actually rolled really, really well.
I need to know specific numbers and specific damages. So I can't just have it as a tag anymore.
What do you mean? Do you need me to say 3, 6,
So
5,
I need
5,
to know
4,
whether it's
6?
like... I need to know whether it's like magic or whether it's cold damage or whether it's like I need to, or piercing damage. Like I need to know the specifics of damage for her.
Yeah, I said 48 magical piercing damage and 5 frost damage. I actually was splitting it and have been splitting the crossbow since you gave it to me, because I know this kind of shit is annoying as a DM to have to
often it doesn't matter for most of them because most of them don't have resistances, or it doesn't really matter, but it does at this level. Okay. You shoot your shot, you see this thing go flying through the air, and you hear and you see it impact on the side of Common's like waist area. And she turns and looks at you. And if you want to know what the answer is, hey, have your players ever surprised you? The end of this episode may be a good one to point to. I did not expect that. So we get to deal with the aftermath of this decision next episode, and yeah, this was fun, if not a little bit like, oh God, what am I going to do now? It's going to be fine. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode. I want to say thank you to Adam Villanova and Jennifer Moody for becoming our patrons. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. You help us to buy backup equipment because some of us have maybe moved recently and need some new foam. So thank you so much for helping us support us to do those sort of things. I would love it if you could go listen to Counterbalance. Counterbalance is another show under the Blighthouse Studio umbrella, and Kesir is the writer. They're also the one of the stars and the voices. It does a lot of production work. Aethel is one of the main cast. I'm in the background there somewhere. It's really good. Please go listen to it, and you'll find a link for that down below in the description. You're about to hear an ad for Becoming a Great GM, which is like a really nice little resource for how to basically up your game. There's loads of different topics that they cover, and I've been enjoying it of late, taking little hints here and there. So, yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much, and we will figure out what happens next episode. Bye.
Are you a DM? Do you run games for your friends? Maybe D&D, Cthulhu, Star Trek? Well, whatever the system, the way we've been taught to run games is just wrong. I've spent decades looking at how we as DMs are put under huge pressure to create amazing stories, to conjure up dramatic plots, and provide entertainment for our friends. It's nuts. Join me weekly as I explore a different way to plan and run your games, a way where you, as the DM, are exploring, discovering, and being surprised by your own game. How to Be a Great GM, a YouTube series and podcast available everywhere or at www.greatgamemaster.com. Happy gaming.